Homebrew, coming at you with a beer review. I've got an international beer here that I've had some other beers from the brewery, but not this one. This is Delirium Red. It's a Belgian ale. You may have heard of some of the other beers that Brouwerij Huyghe, I don't know if it's Huey or probably Huey, something like that, out of Melle, Vlaaderen, Belgium. Yeah, they've made a few Delirium versions. You got the Delirium Tremens, which is most commonly the first one people have had, the Delirium Nocturnum, and the Delirium Christmas. And I've had all three of those, but I've not had the red. This one's a little bit unique. It's actually made with cherries and elderberries. So I find that fascinating. It's an 8% ABV beer with 20 IBUs. Let's get into it. You know, it's time to try something a little different. Now, this has been lightly shaken up because I want to see it not clear. I want to see what all it's got going on for real. And so you can see it's not clear. I've seen some pictures of it where they probably let it sit for a long time, you know? And it is. Now look at this. This is really like a dark Bing cherry almost. And you can even see in the head, it's got that pinkish red color on the foam. But it is definitely hazy. That's fine by me. Let's get the nose on it. Woo! Well, for me, I don't know if I know the scent of elderberry right off the top, but boy, that cherry is coming through. It's kind of like you know, a dark red cherry or Bing cherry, that kind of a scent. It's on the sweet side for sure. And if you've had good ones, a lot of people, you don't get the good ones out of the store, but if you get them right off the tree, they really are sweet when you pick them right. They're just wonderful. And that's the kind of nose that I'm getting on this. Got a little bit of candy scent on it as well. And I can tell there's some other type of berry quality, which I assume is the elderberries. Whew, buried deep behind those cherry and elderberries, you do smell the Belgian ale, and it's nice and sweet. But boy, it's hard to pick up more than that. It also makes me think of like like marzipan, I think it is. The marzipan's got that like nut, like almond, but it's like the cherry, the sweet almond type of taste, you know. I love that. Or there's alcohol that's just slipping my mind that also have a cherry-esque type flavor on it, and almond type flavor on it. So we're gonna jump on in. Cheers. Amaretto was the alcohol. Amaretto. Wow. All right. Those are real cherries. But man, with that Belgian ale, which is a sweet ale anyway, you could probably get people coming up with a cough syrup type description on this. But it's not syrupy. You know, it's got the sweet edge, but it's not syrupy at all. And you do get on the back end, just on the side of the tongue, a little bit of the bitter bite that comes off of that. Now, some of that's going to be whatever they used on the hop side, but I'm sure some of that's going to be the elderberry and the cherry, because naturally you are going to get some of those little off qualities with the fruits. But boy, if you like dark cherry, if you're like a Dr. Pepper dark cherry type soda fan, then you'd like this. But this is natural. Beer's very natural, and cherries and elderberries are very natural, so I'm kind of digging on it. I've been on a diet. I made it under 160 pounds. I'm kind of happy about that. We'll see where we go from there. But so I'm thinking that 8% beer, 16 ounces, I'm going to be feeling it a little bit, but nothing wrong with that. Wow, that's good. It wow, there just at certain points it really does almost come off like a sweet cough syrup, but when you're first sipping it, you just know that you've got some a sweet beer and a very ripe cherry flavor. And again, the elderberry, I know I've had some, but I can't recall what that taste is like. quite good. And that little bit of like that amaretto, like almond type flavor is coming through, or that hint of marzipan, if you will. All right, not a lot more to say. I'm going to take a moment with this and I'll come back with some numbers. Well, people are going to either like this or they're not. A very polarizing beer, I would imagine, because is it what, Lucerne's or Lacret? No, Lucerne's, I think. The cough drops, the cherry cough drops. I can see people thinking that this is like one of their cough drops. Because it's just straight up hardcore sweet cherry. You've got a sweet beer and sweet cherries, and then elderberry adds a different, like I don't know, I don't recall elderberries. I thought they were, well, they have white flowers. I don't know if they're a red berry. I'd have to look that up. Someone can tell me, I'm sure. But boy, it sure has the sweet component. So how are we going to rate this? This really is like in the category more of a Belgian fruit beer, I would say. It's a fruit beer category. Fruit beers can often be very hit or miss with a lot of people. Sometimes they go to the sour side. Sometimes they don't have enough of the fruit that they're talking about. This doesn't have a problem, that area. And it is what it's described as. So it is a cherry elderberry beer. It's a Belgian ale. So you could be upset with this, but you got what it described. And except for that, it's probably sweeter than you might have thought. So first, in terms of style, in terms of fruit beer, Belgian or otherwise, I mean, it really is very good beer. It does exactly what they're saying that it's going to do. It gives you the flavors that you should be expecting. And I think it's just very well crafted. So in terms of style, I have to rank it very high. I'm going to give it a 91. And the only reason I downgraded it all is because it is very sweet and almost could come off like a cough drop. But otherwise, I think it's an excellent fruit beer. I'm going to go ahead and go all in now. Because why not? Well, having gone all in, I just got the depths of the bottom of the can. I told you I'd been mixing it up. I'm glad I had. So I got the sweeter side all earlier. Now I'm getting a little bit more of the fruit with the lightly bitter aspect of it. But it would have been good to have had it all poured originally, possibly. But it didn't change it all that much, but just enough. You know, your palate's going to pick that up. I apologize for the odd concert off in the distance if you're picking that up. So the extra pour doesn't deter me completely, because to me, I just feel like I'm picking up more of the natural fruit flavors. You know, those natural fruit qualities, some of these proteins and such that sink down to the bottom, telling me this isn't something that's supplemented with fake flavors. And I truly appreciate that. So overall, I'm still going to rank this well, right? I'm sure I probably rank it better than all the services out there, would be my guess. It's just knowing how, you know, my wife's like, it's very sweet. Cool, Barb, that's right. I'm going to give this an 88. Here it is again. It is Delirium Red. It's made with cherries and elderberries. It's from Brouwerij Huyghe. I don't know if I pronounced that even close. It's Huyghe. They've been around since 1654. That's right. They're out of Melle, Vlaaderen, Belgium. I've been to Belgium, but I haven't been there. I'd love to go. This is a fantastic beer. I'd say you need to go check it out. This is Kevin from Clemens Homebrew saying life's too short to drink cheap beer. Experiment a little, and I'll see you on the next beer review.